Do you
That's
think
it.
that this younger generation of women, they say, a lot of Black girls are single now. Do
Hmm.
you think we've dropped the ball when it come down to, the way we are with our Black men?
Yes, ma'am.
Woo!
That-
Ooh. Ooh. I ain't say it. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
I ain't-
Because we have not, I don't even want to say we, y'all.
Mm.
Y'all have not been patient. I just told you to be patient.
Right.
Men don't come. Yeah. See, we have been sold a bill of goods as females because all of these, now I read all these true romance magazines. Black and Tan was one of them. I don't remember what the other names of them were, but all these magazines, they tell you all of these knight in shining armor. Men are suave and all. He can't measure up to that. It's impossible. He never will measure up to that. So the books that we read as females hand us a whole line of crap. Men are not like that. And there's a scenario in The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go. And I paint a scenario where the man is coming home from work and his dinner is already ready and she greets him at the door and he embraces her and says, "Oh, the dinner smells wonderful. Oh, you look great." And I'm painting this scenario that is totally false, but that's what we buy into. He comes in and he probably don't say nothing about the way dinner smells. He's just glad to be home.
Right.
And so if he says something about the way it smells, then that's fine. If he doesn't, that's fine too. You can ask him if you want to know, how does it smell when I'm cooking? How does it smell?
Like food to me.
It smell like food.
If anything, I'm tired. Hey, I had one of my aunties. She dated this guy, and he used to always say, "I don't need no steak dinner. You can make me a bologna sandwich, and I'm just satisfied you had the mind to cook me something. You thought enough about me to feed me a meal. It don't have to be big."
Right.
You know what? That make a lot of sense.
Precious.
Because she don't. He understood that it's a choice. She didn't have to cook him no food. There ain't no law that say you gotta cook this man no food. And he is satisfied with the bare minimum. And I respect that.
Yes, of course. But she's the lucky woman to have him. And Papa's like that too. He can eat a bread sandwich.
Right.
A bread sandwich.
Just give us some bread. I'm good.
Just bread. Just give me 2 pieces of bread.
What's in between it? Air.
Yeah, exactly. So, but now, so there's a lot of things that we can do to make our relationships better. Calm is one, patience is another, and the way you talk to people, don't say ugly things to a person that you care about. You really shouldn't say ugly things to anybody.
Give a period.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you gonna do that? So, and then it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
How you say it.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
So if you always say, "Now you did this, you did that," don't do it that way. Say, "It would help me a lot more if you did this way or this way." Give them a whole lot of options to choose from. Well, not too many, but maybe 3. Give them options, so if he forgets something, then don't make it sound like it's the end of the world. You forget too.
Right.
And always say, "I love you." I tell Pap I love him all the time.
I relate to that because, I've never been married, but even just with friends, I say, if we got a problem, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't want it on my conscience that you leave here, we got a problem, something happened to you, and we was on bad terms.
I know.
Exactly.
That's it.
It should never be that serious.
That's a good motivator.
Right.
Because tomorrow is not promised.
Especially if that's somebody you love. You should always make that right.
Exactly. So, but no, the Line of Serenity book, it goes into the way that we were raised, and the chapter in that is the calm. And I just talk about 1944.
Mm.
Good days, good years, all those years.
Take your word for it.
We had so much fun. And it's only 167 pages, which includes 20 pages of the same recipes that are in The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, are in
Okay.
Line of Serenity. And it also includes 22 photographs because you don't have to be in my family to read this book and to get a lot out of it too.
Yeah.
So the pictures are in there because of my relatives. So I said that somebody may have a baby and looks just like Aunt Lou or look like just like Uncle Oscar. So they can see what their ancestors look like. So that I'm really warmed by the fact that this book, Line of Serenity, will be around forever. And one of the grocery store clerks at the store I shop at, he bought Line of Serenity and The Vision. I wrote another book called The Vision, telling kids that they can make the world a better place. And he asked me to sign them. So I signed them while I was in the store today. It really warms my heart that people ask me to sign them because, they have to be close to me, but they have mailed them. They mailed them to me to sign them and I mailed them back.
Really? That's awesome.
That's
Awesome. Well, I know you said you wrote 10 books. How was your experience with writing each one? Was everyone from like a personal standpoint or did you write about?
So the first one is Line of Serenity. That was in 1997. Now the next one is called Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. That one is 48 pages. And the foreword was written by a minister who says that it's a handbook of excellence when it comes to preparing children for the world to come.
Wow.
When I read, I almost passed out when I saw his foreword. He emailed it to me. If I hadn't been sitting down, I'd have fell down. So I was just absolutely amazed. So now The Best Way to Keep a Man is 64 pages. I wrote that in 2008. The Vision, telling kids that they can make the world a better place, is 48 pages. I wrote that one in 2009. Then I wrote another one in 2009 called Jet Black and Her 7 Friends. That's a fairy tale. It's 28 pages and it's hand drawn in full color. God works in mysterious ways. I was working at Kaiser Permanente out here. I was an executive assistant. And I was talking to one of my coworkers, an Asian young lady, and I was telling her about my book, Jet Black. And she said, I have always wanted to illustrate a children's book. Now, wasn't that guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't that guy? So I gave her a couple of pages to try her hand at it. She gave me back the pages. She made Jet Black come to life. This little girl called Jet, Jettee. And she hates going to school because she's extremely tall for her age. And the kids tease her all the time. So she doesn't want to go to school. So one night she goes to sleep and she's taken on the magical journey. This Asian fairy godmother, it's all multi-ethnic. This Asian fairy godmother takes her to visit with 6 other people. The Asian fairy godmother is the 7th person, Jet Black and her 7 friends. They travel around to see all these people. And then she comes back home, she goes to sleep, and you gotta get the book to see what happens.
We will do. I need to get that for my daughter.
Yeah, it's really good for children. The last book that I wrote was in 2015, and that one is entitled The Limitless Golden Rule, 21 Ways to Use the Golden Rule in Your Life. And that one is 43 pages. And I give you 21 ways that you can use it all over the place, at the park, at the grocery store, wherever you are, you can use the golden rule. The golden rule states, and I know you've heard it, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
That's it. Yep.
That's the golden rule.
Miranda, you know that.
I know she's heard it, but she never knew that it was the golden rule. I created a golden rule challenge. So check out my, I don't know where, it's on Twitter, it's on Facebook, And it's also on YouTube. Go to, I don't know if it's the new Golden Rule Challenge or the Golden Rule Challenge,
Okay.
but you can go on Facebook. And I did a minute and 50 some seconds video asking people to join this challenge. All you got to do is 2-word comment, I'm in. So I want more people to join this challenge and you have to commit to using the golden rule at least once a day on somebody. That's what you have to commit to, using the golden rule every day.